10 fragrances to smell unique and to stand out in 2024. Let's go. Starting with Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum. I know I probably butchered that pronunciation, but let's move on to the actual fragrance itself. You might be wondering, why am I holding two bottles of the same fragrance? Like, are they the same fragrance? Yes, they are. It just got reformulated. This is the old bottle design, much stronger than the new one here in my hands. I got this one as my third ever fragrance and I fell in love with it instantly. Cherry, almonds, vanilla. It's sweet, but it doesn't go full gourmand, making it very, very wearable. This is one of the only masculine cherry fragrances available on the market right now that is actually good. Even if you can't get the old reformulation here, the new one still performs around 6 hours with soft projection. It isn't awful, but if you can, try and get your hands on this one here. This is what the old bottle design looks like. You can see the juice is a much darker color, and the bottle, in my opinion, just looks much more aesthetic, but the performance is also amped up. So I get closer to 8 hours longevity with moderate projection. In my opinion, if you just want a very classy, mature, elegant date night or special occasions fragrance, check out this one. Next, we're going to be talking about Hugo Boss The Scent Elixir. I recently got this one about a week ago. Hugo Boss only provides 3 notes with this fragrance, which is a trend that I've seen a lot of companies doing recently. I find it kind of annoying personally, but I can understand they probably just want to make it more simple for your average Joe. I believe they give red pepper, lavender, and one other note that I can't even remember. So it'll be put up on the screen. It doesn't smell super unique, this fragrance. It has a lot of similarities to Azaro, The Most Wanted, Strong With You Intensely, that type of DNA, but it's just elevated, it's just lifted. There's a maturity to it, there's a classiness to it. I adore this stuff. The reason it's on this list is because this fragrance has gone under the radar in my opinion. So not a lot of other guys, even fragrance enthusiasts, will own this stuff, but it is so good. It lasts ages on skin and clothes. I get around 12 hours longevity with above average projection. Definitely worth checking out. I'll give this one an easy 9 out of 10. It has just started raining, so hopefully that doesn't annoy you guys too much. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we have got City Rhythm Miami at the number 8 spot. The whole brand of City Rhythm is on the come up at the moment. It is growing in popularity, but I would still call it a pretty niche house. They do fragrances named after cities. So this one's City Rhythm Miami. They do like City Rhythm San Diego, City Rhythm Barcelona. Super cool brand. This one in particular is one of my favorites. Named after the city of Miami. I've never been to Miami, so I'm not sure if this is accurate, but it's boozy, it's super fresh, it's citrusy, it's got a really nicely blended coconut note. Imagine Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Le Parfum, but with an added booziness and added depth to it. It's just a more refined version of Le Beau Le Parfum. If you like that tropical, fruity DNA, you'll probably love this stuff even more. These guys are pretty pricey, but you do get what you pay for. The performance, the quality, the blend is outstanding. This is a brand 100% worth checking out. I'll give this fragrance a 9.5 out of 10. My favorite summer one from the brand is actually San Diego. However, I'm yet to get a bottle of it. You will smell unique and you will definitely stand out wearing any City Rhythm fragrance. In at the number 7 spot is a fragrance that I had to put on this list, but I don't necessarily want to talk about it for very long, and that is Mancera's Tonka Cola. When I first smelled this stuff, I was in love because it kind of re-sparked my love for what fragrances could smell like, because I couldn't imagine smelling anything this unique. Fizzy, Coca-Cola, cherry, rum in a bottle. It is so artistic, it is so unique. I respect Mancera so much for making this fragrance, but very quickly I realized that it is incredibly hard to wear. It is unique, you will stand out, but yeah, like I said, this thing is not easy to wear, it's not versatile. You will walk around smelling like a Coca-Cola bottle, which for some people like myself is not gonna be their cup of tea. However, for you out there, you might absolutely love it, so it's definitely worth a try. It's an awesome fragrance. It's something that every collector should have in their collection, essentially. It is so cool. I love it. The performance is great, just like every Mancera. It's fairly priced. There's not much to complain about except the wearability. However, for that reason, I don't want to talk about it too long because it's just not one of my favorites on this list. However, I had to put it in here. At the number 6 spot, we have Xerjoff Italica. This is just a cute little 30 ml bottle, and that's all you need because this stuff, again, is hard to wear. and it's only really great for special occasions or really cold weather because this is the most gourmand fragrance I've ever smelled. Edible sugar cookies, very kind of syrupy smelling. A lot of people on Fragrantica, I noticed, call this cough syrup in a bottle. I wouldn't go that far, however, I can see where they're coming from. It is just very full on, in your face. More than 3 sprays, this always gives me a headache, but putting that negativity aside, this was the first ever niche fragrance that I actually smelt. This and Xerjoff 40 Knots. This one just blew me away. It got me into niche fragrances. It got me into gourmand fragrances. I love this stuff. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. I'm always gonna have a bottle of it. I probably will never get through this bottle because I don't wear it that often, and when I do, I use 2 or 3 sprays. It is just that strong. It is just that edible smelling. To me, it's just caramelly, cookie, sugary. It's so good. It definitely does lean a bit feminine. It's not something that if you're a really masculine, traditional guy, you want to smell masculine. You definitely would not appreciate this fragrance. It's not going to be for everyone, but it is definitely unique. You will definitely stand out wearing this. Xerjoff Italica, check it out. Breaking into the top 5 now, just so you know, it's not in order, but I love putting things in a ranking. Don't ask me why. We've got the classic Dior Intense. How's this thing picked up in popularity? Definitely. Do I still think it's unique smelling and that you'll stand out wearing this? Hell yeah, especially for a designer fragrance. If you blindfolded me, told me to smell this, and then guessed the price point, I would probably say like $400. It just smells so classy, so rich, so elegant. The iris, the lavender, the woods, the way it's blended is incredible. I've noticed that some people will compare it to smelling like an old granny. I'm not sure where those people got their noses from, because to me this smells like something a very high classy, London-esque man, you know, walking around the streets of London in a suit. That type of vibe from this thing. So good. However, I have noticed that the performance isn't the best. I get around 6 to 7 hours longevity with soft projection. However, for a fragrance like this, I feel like that softer projection kind of suits it in a weird way. I'm not sure if you get that or not. Date nights, formal events, Dior Intense, you'll definitely smell unique and you'll certainly stand out, especially if you're wearing a suit. At the number 4 spot, we have Xerjoff's Torino 21. Not sure if you noticed, this thing is empty and it's so sad. If someone just wants to send me a free bottle of Torino 21, hit me up because I definitely will not say no. The reason this is on this list is because a lot of your typical average Joes out there are going to be wearing the most basic, the most boring, citrusy blue fragrances out there. And this stuff is the complete opposite. It's a photorealistic mojito type smell. Minty, lemon. It smells like crushed lemon and mint in a bottle. It is absolutely beautiful. For a hot summer's day, if you want something uplifting, something refreshing, something that won't make you too, feel cloying in the air, this is the perfect choice. Like a lot of Xerjoff fragrances I've tried, this is just one of those ones where I smelt it and then that very night I bought it. It is just so good. Performance as well, especially for a citrusy, bright fragrance, is well above average. I get around 8 hours longevity with moderate projection. So 4 to 5 sprays is all you need with this stuff. I absolutely desperately need a new bottle because I'm just craving wearing it all the time. Maybe not now because it's pouring with rain outside, but on a hot Australian summer's day, there are no better fragrances out there than Torino 21. Breaking into the top 3 spot of a ranking that isn't actually in order, but again, it's just exciting saying it. We have Versace Eros Flame. Yes, you are feasting your eyes on a ginormous 200ml bottle of this stuff, but this fragrance is that good that it does deserve to have that big of a bottle. It's just the Versace Eros vanilla minty apple DNA, but just taken up a notch, made more unique, more complex. It adds some spiciness, adds a blood orange note. There's just something so addictive about this fragrance. It is definitely unique. It is not blind buy safe. It is still designer in the sense that it's mass appealing enough where you will get compliments. People will appreciate this fragrance. However, I wouldn't say it's mass appealing enough where you could just go and blind buy it like the original Versace Eros. If you imagine the original Versace Eros as a more versatile, fresh, kind of more summery fragrance, Versace Eros Flame is definitely more for that winter and fall vibe. It works best in the cool weather, in my opinion. It is more dense. The performance is actually better on my skin than the original Eros, which is amazing. I get close to 10 hours longevity with moderate projection. 9.2 out of 10 for this one. At the number 2 spot, we have Maison Alhambra's Bright Peach. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, which I've actually never smelled before, but this as just a standalone fragrance smells absolutely amazing to me, especially for the price. I think I picked this one up for around 60 Australian dollars. It's a boozy, dense peach fragrance that in my opinion works better for the winter time than the summertime. It's not super fresh. It is definitely boozy. The peach is definitely heavy. I love it. I think a man or a woman could pull it off, but to me it's perfectly unisex, maybe a little bit masculine leading actually. The projection when you first spray this on is nuclear. I do not go more than 3 or 4 sprays because for the first 2 hours, it is so strong and it definitely caught me off guard when I first used it. Longevity isn't as good, it's around 7 hours, but the projection on those first couple sprays is insane. So on Fragrantica, it's got a cognac note, honey, patchouli. I do kind of get that honeyed peach vibe. Yeah, you're gonna smell unique wearing this, especially if you're a man. A lot of people aren't gonna expect a boozy, honeyed peach fragrance on a man, but if you can pull it off, you're definitely gonna stand out. This one for me is around like an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. And finally, at the number 1 spot, we have got MFK's Grand Soir, probably my favorite fragrance of all time, alongside another MFK called Oud Satin Mood. Now, this thing is actually not super unique. It's very limited in its note breakdown. It is essentially just a blend of amber and vanilla, but it is done so amazingly well that I feel like it should still fit into the unique and standout worthy category because it just smells so damn high quality. To me, this just smells like wealth in a bottle. A man in a suit wearing this fragrance would pull it off amazingly well, or even like a fancy dinner date. It is very strong. 3 to 4 sprays is all you need. This lasts forever on skin and clothes, 12 plus hours. You get your money's worth with MFK fragrances. This is what I've come to realize, and this thing is no exception. There's a reason why it's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. This is 100% worth a try if you want to smell unique and stand out in 2024. Thank you all for watching this video on 10 fragrances to smell unique and to stand out in 2024. Let me know if you agree with my list. Let me know your favorite unique and noteworthy fragrances in your collection. Have a great rest of your day. Like, subscribe, click the bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.